What's up, guys? Well, today I got some more wild stuff. This is more interdimensional type crazy stuff that you guys should be pretty amazed by. This stuff going on here, these circles of light that people like to call raindrops or whatever. I don't see raindrops looking like that, like this object right there. These are interdimensional entities, craft, whatever you want to call it. Look at this. And you got more, just these weird objects that are coming from this light and energy. Look at that. Then look over here behind this one. And it's cloaked behind these circles or whatever. And they're like portals or something, I think. I have no clue. That's just what they seem like to me. Because I always see either images of craft or solid craft coming out of them, or I'll see a face in them or something. Or you'll just see them wide open. But the crazy thing on this image, obviously, is this huge thing in the background. Which is an eye. And then this huge shell with this energy, something going on above it. But, look, that looks like a big eye to me, kinda. It's a red eye. That is, it's huge. It's huge. Then you see this, like, I don't know, like a lightning bolt or something. Definitely some energy coming on top of that. I don't know if it's a lightning storm or what, but it's definitely not your typical lightning. That just looks like an energy burst to me. But yeah, even down here, look at all this stuff with these bumps on them. There's lines, almost look like tentacles on this wall. That's one of those walls that I showed last time. But it looks like there's tentacles wrapping around them. Just very alien, AI looking. That's pretty scary. And then whatever that is on top or behind it, it's obviously looks like it's blocking something. It's trying to block something. But I thought that was pretty wild. And you see this thing. There's multiple things coming out of this light. You see like a saucer or these like disc type things I always see. And this one even has the top showing. But there's more. Here's a bigger image of it. See, what's getting me is this. I'm looking on this pavement, and it looks like it may be wet. And then, I just cannot tell, but I'm pretty sure there's this little short disc just floating there, and it's showing the shadow. You got the disc right there, and then the shadow below it. because you see this dark circle underneath that thing, and then right next to it there's something that looks like it may be on the ground. You can see metal poking through as it's covered with the cloud-like stuff. Here, let's go back. Let's zoom back in. You can see the edges poking out right there, right here. You see this thing, and I'm not sure this black thing under it is a shadow or just some more of this smoke stuff. It looks more like a shadow because it's like pitch black. And then this one has more of like a cloud around it, or some smoke or something with the object and the ends of the small object poking out. But, I mean, you can see all this crazy stuff going on. But I got more to show you, so I don't want to stay on one image. This was the same area. Oh, look at that. Something is right there, it looks like. See, right there, it looks like there may be something just on the ground. And this one has become uncloaked more. And you could see beings right there. See, I don't know if the humans are able to see this with their eyes, or if the camera just catches it. But you have this thing, and you could see a couple heads right there. So I'm not sure in this. It's probably something similar, actually. See, I'm not right on all this stuff. I'm just telling you guys what I see. And it's just crazy stuff to look at. I mean, it's not normal. But one of the craziest things in this whole image right here is pretty nuts. It's gonna blow your mind. I mean, you see all this stuff going on in the background. Just wild activity. But look right here. This is gonna blow your mind. We zoom in up top. You have a being right here with eyes, dark eyes, nostrils, and a mouth, right? But he's wearing some kind of crown or head thing with an eye on it, right in the middle on this crown. And that image is in the middle of the sky. It looks like it anyway. I mean, it could be just above the house, but that is clearly an image of a being with some kind of weird crown. Then it goes like that, and it's got the pyramid with the eye in the middle. There's his face. There's his eyes, his mouth, his nose. I mean, that is nuts. What happened? I mean, look at that. Look at the middle of the crown. You could see the eye in the middle of the pyramid. And I wonder if that's some kind of like right when I started to look at it, I'm like, I wonder if this is some kind of like AI helmet that is controlling our reality. Because it almost looks like that. It looks like one of those things that you see on sci-fi movies, they put on their head with all the wires attached to it, and they're controlling the reality. Over here you can see some more interdimensional craft. This red, and it has another green eye. What I was explaining yesterday, you will always see this green eye on these red things. There's a green eye right here, and it's on this craft. That's coming from this source, or whatever. But you could see it faintly, that green eye, just like you did on that thing in the sky the other day. And I wish I had some of my original photos, because I've caught some of these things totally uncloaked. I know one I caught, it was totally uncloaked. It was right on in a dark parking lot. It was a gray, buggish. It looked like a bug shell, and it had like tentacles and arms, like almost like I don't know, like you imagine bug arms, you know. And it was on the ground, and there was this light coming from the middle of it, like its belly. It was very, very strange. And on the ass end of it, it was like a stinger, but it was a demon head. And it reminded me of some stuff in the Bible, where they say locusts will come from the earth. They will sting like scorpions. And it said on their tails or something, it had devils or something. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it sounded similar to something like the Bible. And also look over here and look at this object. Physical looking, light shining off it. It's got something in the middle. It's probably part of a larger craft, but who knows. Just wild stuff, guys. Wow. Look, there's another face too next, or an eye, I mean. There's an eye right here too. Another red eye. Look at that. Red reptilian eye right there. Something about that. Well, that one, yeah, that one looks like a red. Yeah, that's red eye. They love their reds and greens. Anyways, moving on. We got more of this stuff. This is wild. Was a different location though, I think. Look up here. I know this is even worse quality. I'll try to see if I can make it a little better. Oh, that should work. You guys see that? Wow. Well, first of all, let's look at this. You got a square with a circle in it. And then you got something protruding from it, which looks like it's, I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like something is coming out of it. And you could also see part of this whole thing may be coming. This interdimensional, translucent. And that's why it's hard to see a lot of these things. They'll like overlap the normal picture. they'll overlap the normal picture, and then you'll see like translucent images of this stuff overlapping, so it gets really, really hard sometimes to tell, especially when there's a lot of this stuff going on. But if there's not a lot, you could sometimes figure stuff out like this. There's another eye. It's a red eye. That's crazy. I've only seen red or green eyes on these things. That is wild, though. I mean, look at that. It's like a sphere with an eye in the middle. Look at this thing. Good hell. Wow, what is that? Yeah, you could see another thing right here. Looks like it's... I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. But it looks like something materialized. No, that's in a parking lot. Okay. You could see half of these disc things that I catch all the time that are these light discs that we see. But when you see them materialize, they look metallic. They have bands around them. They're pretty much like stargates. That's why I usually call them stargates or portals. They're these discs, and they either have dots around the side, or they'll have designs around in the rings, just like you would imagine a stargate. And you think about it, where did anyone get the idea of a stargate, you know? It obviously came from some idea, and that's how I feel about any myth or conspiracy or legend. It all comes from experience. Someone who experienced that and then passed that on, and it could get mixed up over the times it's shared, but there's always a core of truth there. So you got to think the most important part, or the main object of all these myths and fairy tales and all this, there is some truth, and the core part is probably the truth about it. Look at this. It's a ball of light just chilling. And then what is that? What is this thing? Oh, okay, I know what that is. That's a flag. I think that's a flag on that flagpole. Maybe not. I don't know. It looks weird. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff in here, guys. I got a bunch of this stuff. Like this. This is crazy. Okay, you guys, if you've seen the reptilian image I caught a while ago, where he was up close to the camera, this stuff was going on. Okay? And that means it's something is very close. It's being cloaked, like right in front of our faces. And then when I do this, you can see there is definitely stuff being cloaked all over the place. You can see machinery all inside this thing. Just wild, wild stuff. Let's start over here, because this is the same camera that we just saw. Okay? Same camera. but you couldn't tell because all this stuff is going on. I want to brighten this up. Look through here. You see all these objects or structures going through here, and then it goes up, comes around. It actually leads down here. There's a huge machine directly in front. And there's so much more. I mean, there's, to me, what looks like a cloaked reptilian right here. You got the eyes, the mouth, the shoulders. I mean, that was pretty bad, but it's obviously, it looks like a, to me that looks like a reptilian. Got an eye there, a mouth there. You got shoulders down here. Damn it. See, that looks like a reptilian staring right at the camera. Half cloaked. And if you see stuff like this, you could probably be pretty certain there's gonna be some reptilians around there, along with other. Watch, I guarantee you I'll find another being. Wow, there's just so much stuff. Right there. Is looking upward. Looks like there's a hand on this thing's head too. But this is like a gray head looking up. Damn it. These are eyes. But there's a hand on its head. Someone's got their hand on its head. And he's looking up at whatever's got its hand on the head. Which is partially cloaked, which is right here. Like it's crawling up something. I know you guys are like, he's crazy. Actually, that's definitely a hand. But I don't know if the first thing was gray. I think it's just a hand or something. It's just so hard. Whoa. I mean, that looks like an alien hand to me. This thing I actually think is part of a machine. It looked like, see, this stuff will fool you. It looks like a nose and eyebrows right there. But now that I look closer, it's part of a craft. I get fooled like that all the time. But the main gist of it is this crap is not normal. But yeah, something is weird on there. Look at this thing though. I don't think I was fooled on this reptilian right here. Because I can see his eyes, his mouth, his head, his shoulders. Then you could see this structure right here that is right next to the camera, covered with these things. Unbelievable. You could see these lines. Oh, I got a chopper going over right now. I have choppers go over my house all the time too. It's kind of weird. This image blows my mind. You can find so many things just taking your time going through here. And just all these things, they're good at cloaking, but if you take your time, you can definitely see stuff. I mean, you see structures in there all the time. But I am taking a little long on this image. I apologize, but whoa, look at that. There's just so much here. Very, very crazy, guys. I mean, there's stuff in there that I won't be able to find out. But, anyways, taking way too long. So, God bless. Thanks for watching. And I got more of this stuff, but, might be tomorrow. Man, what the hell is this? You see, this machines and... Sorry, this metal. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm stuck on this still.